space is on fire, and that strength extends to nearly every corner of the group. Take Integrated Device Technology. That's IDTI. It's a maker of low-power, high-performance chips for a whole bunch of niche markets. They're the #1 player in clock timing. They make switches in wireless base stations, radio frequency chips, memory interface components, and power management products, where they also make the chips used for wireless charging for smartphones. Samsung, very big client. When IDTI reported on Monday, the company delivered a robust quarter, a 1-cent earnings beat off a 34-cent basis, higher than expected revenue. So that's what we care about, up 11% year over year. In particular, the company's auto and industrial business growing like crazy. It's up more than 30%. So we got to ask, can this stock keep flying? Let's check in with Greg Waters. He's the president and CEO of Integrated Device Technology. Find out more about his quarter and where the company's heading. Mr. Waters, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, thank you, Jim. Thanks for having us back.
All right, Greg, we're trying to figure it out. You had unbelievable growth in 2014 and 2015. Last year, not so good. This quarter was amazing. So give me where it's coming from. Where's all this business coming from?
We just entered the next chapter of growth for the company. Like you said, we grew the company just under 20% in 2014, also 2015. Got some innovative leadership products to market, like that wireless power technology that you'd mentioned. But one of the things we felt is that we wanted to add another leg of growth. And in 2016, we had acquired and invested our way into this automotive segment that you had mentioned. And yes, to get that going last year was not a remarkable growth year for us. Now, where we're at right now is that business is on fire. We're bringing out new devices like all sorts of smart sensors for automobiles. We'll introduce devices in early next year that take these complex safety avoidance, automatic driving, autonomous driving type devices and reduce that to a set of chips that'll fit in the palm of your hand. You'll see seat belts and other types of things in the future of cars that measure your vital signs as you drive. So we think this segment has legs. Oh, yeah. I think the imagination for what's going to come to cars and transportation in general is just starting, and we have just entered that as another leg to the growth stool.
Well, let's talk about this LiDAR technology. We know that's kind of the radar for cars. It is so expensive. Now, you mentioned being able to put it in a smaller, more sophisticated system, but on the conference call, you talk about also that right now you can actually make this stuff dramatically cheaper. It won't make the car too expensive for people to buy.
Yeah, enter the semiconductor industry. If you look at a lot of the things you see in cars or transportation in general, they're like electromechanical systems, and those are big, they're kind of ugly, and also very expensive. Those things cost just south of $10,000 per copy, so they're never going to make it into the high-volume transportation. Right. We are working on a set of devices that will take, for instance, what's called this LiDAR technology. We think of it as kind of an optical radar, and reduce that to a cost point that to an automobile manufacturer will cost between $100 and $200. And at that cost point, this stuff goes everywhere, not just cars. Think about this in drones. Think about it in tractors, in farm equipment. Think about it in your lawnmower on this. So these changes that are coming, this is the type of the stuff that the semiconductor industry is very good at, and we're proud to be at the lead of that.
All right, when you are the leader in wireless power, wireless charging. How fast one day will we be able to charge our phones?
Right now, if you look at one of the innovations, why we have become so prominent in a leadership position in wireless power, we lead the industry in wireless rapid charging. So if you take a look at the wireless charging experience, like on the phone I carry, it very much is close to the best-in-class wired rapid charging. So that's a real game changer for our technology in the adoption. And given that the big players now have pretty much all endorsed wireless power recently and for the first time, Jim, this stuff is going everywhere. I mean, you and I talked about this 2 years ago when it was very much at its infancy. You're going to see this in cars. You're going to see this in appliances. You're going to certainly see it in the predominance of the world's smartphones and tablets on this. But we just picked up on what we think next calendar year will be the next big leg up for wireless power technology.
Now, you actually talk about having sensors for senses, that you're kind of creating what a human being can do with chips.
We think sensors is one of the great next growth markets, and we have doubled down, and it is our intention to become a market leader in what we call environmental sensing technology. And that's exactly like what you said. Think about sensors that can duplicate the human five senses, light, touch, feel, position, even gas sensing, sensing like what your nose would sense. And we are now delivering all of these new senses. You know, think about a gas sensor in your car that can do a breath test. Think about environmental sensors that can adapt to the quality of light and basically mimic the five senses. But these things are going to go everywhere, and in fact are. You're going to see these in robots. You're going to see them in smart home appliances. We introduced or announced a sensor just a couple of weeks ago that can literally see through walls. So if you've got a person in a house and you want to know where they are, or at least know that a person is in the house, these sensors are available now from our company. They will largely fit on like your pinky fingernail. And what's exciting to us, Jim, is that not only gives us more to sell to the traditional customers that we have, but this is a whole different ballgame in terms of the customer set and the people that are coming to us. And especially look for these things in a lot of good, cool and very innovative biomed and biotech new products.
Well, I got to tell you, Craig, you make it very exciting. I remember when we first talked about wireless charging, you said it was going to happen. I didn't think it could. I've now been seeing it. Your company's a remarkable innovator. Congratulations on everything you've done. That's Greg Waters, President and CEO of Integrated Device Technology, delivering on all the things he said he was going to deliver a couple of years ago. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.